أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers first for inviting me and providing AOFI an opportunity to be part of this very important event. Secondly, I would like to appreciate the initiative of having the forum for Islamic finance professionals, particularly the AOFI fellows from Bangladesh. And I believe that this is something that other jurisdictions and other regions have to follow as well, inshallah, in the times to come. And I highly appreciate this initiative. Every time I say that, for me, Bangladesh is sort of hidden tiger for Islamic finance. Not too many people know about the success, the progress, the prospects of Islamic finance in Bangladesh, and particularly considering that in last decade or a decade and a half, Bangladesh economy has also prospered significantly. So, Alhamdulillah, we believe that the progress of Islamic finance with the progress of the country will lead towards prosperity of our brothers and sisters in Bangladesh, and they will provide a provide you know the they will provide example to the world and other regions about the success on both fronts. From the perspective of Bangladesh Islamic finance, every time, we get some very good news. Every time we feel there are things on the right direction. The size of the Bangladesh Islamic finance market, particularly the Islamic banking market, is reaching nearly 35%, which I believe is phenomenal considering that the government and central bank level support have lately come up, particularly central bank support has lately come up, but not in the initial years to the level as if we compare it with certain other countries. And from that perspective, the achievements of the Islamic finance sector in Bangladesh are great. And actually, these are the things from which other parts of the world need to learn. Muslims in other parts and regions need to learn about. And I highly would like to appreciate and thank all the founders and the initiators of Islamic finance in Bangladesh for without whose tremendous effort it could not have been achieved. With regard to the Islamic finance professionals in Bangladesh, AAOIFI fellowship is actually one of the most common qualification. And I would like to mention that nearly 9%, between 9 to 10% of the total AAOIFI fellows are now from Bangladesh, which is again one of the great achievements that we would like to appreciate, particularly the training partners that are there and some of the professionals who have worked very hard. I don't want to name one or two of them. I mean, there are a lot of good friends who I should be mentioning by name, but I am just afraid that some of if I forget one or two names, the people will not feel good. So I would like to highly appreciate all of you who have been part of this journey within Bangladesh and generally in the international front while working with AOFI, coming up with a lot of new initiatives whereby a good number of Islamic finance professionals, particularly through AOFI fellowship programs, is developed in Bangladesh. And this is something that needs to build upon. There is a lot of opportunity, not only within Bangladesh, but also Islamic finance across the globe need professionals who need to be understanding AOFI standards, the Sharia, the accounting, the governance, the ethics, the auditing, the Sharia audit. All these traits are to be learned and developed in a way that Bangladesh can provide good human resource not only to the local industry but also to the outside world in form of Islamic finance industry around the globe. And again, I don't want to mention, but we can see some of the greatest scholars, economists coming from Bangladesh originally who have contributed greatly for the development of the global Islamic finance industry. And we highly appreciate the contribution of our brothers and sisters from Bangladesh in the development of AOFI and institutions like it. I would also like to particularly emphasize for the fellows, benefit of the fellows who are who have I would like to mention when I qualified as chartered accountant long time back, our mentor, who till now was also part of the AOFI's governance and ethics board, Mr. Ibrahim Sidat, he said, your education is ended, but learning has started. This is something that I have kept very close to my heart and I repeat it many times. So I would like to mention to all the fellows of AOFI who have got the qualification that your education and qualification is ended, but the learning process has not ended. And that learning process in form of continuing professional development, in form of additional qualifications, in form of additional initiatives to enhance your learning are quite necessary, and you need to work on these areas. I would also like to mention that the stakeholders in Bangladesh are more than welcome to contribute further, more in better and closer collaboration with AOFI to come up with something, as I say, that a real contribution that is the potential, that is equivalent to the potential of the Bangladeshi market and Bangladesh Islamic financial institutions. And I hope that this collaboration will bring better changes towards not only the Bangladeshi Islamic finance industry, but globally, inshallah. It would have been like, a greatest honor if I was able to be there physically. Unfortunately, this is not possible. And every time I say I want to be physically there, now things are becoming more coming back to normal. Traveling and other things are becoming more common. And maybe in shortly, we will be willing to come to Bangladesh, hold some of our board meetings there, other events there. In our technical boards, we recently discussed this thing that maybe upcoming one of the meetings of our governance board or accounting board or Sharia board should be held in Dhaka, to interact more with the Islamic finance industry there. I would be happy to discuss with the stakeholders any possibility to hold AOFI's meeting along with additional events, etc., that you might be conducting there. And we can hold some events at the end of AOFI, inshallah, to bring the industry closer to AOFI and getting better input from the Bangladeshi market by conducting, for example, public hearings, roundtables, etc. as well, which include obviously the webinar-based events, but the physical events are also important. So we would like to come up with some of these opportunities in the times to come. With that, I would like to thank the organizers again for this great event and for inviting me to be here. May Allah bless all your efforts. May Allah accept all yours and our efforts in the betterment of Islamic finance, for the betterment of Islamic economics, for the establishing an Islamic economic system, inshallah. Thank you very much again. And I hope that you will be having a great learning experience. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.